We have our wonderful 6 debaters, so the for and the against. Their job is to speak for 3 minutes, 3 minutes only. My job is to make you laugh and keep you awake. Arguable who has the harder task here. So I'm going to dub you the veterans and the virgins, right? So we have Timothy, we'll call him up in a moment, but lots of experience, a little bit of grey hair, not so much experience, good looks.
Completely new.
Good looks, all right. So I want to ask just quickly, the veterans, what's a bit of advice you could give before you start off today?
Go home.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Martin.
I think Timothy has already taken that advice.
So clearly in the last 10 years there was nothing about gender diversity? No? Okay. All right, three guys about to debate. Blanca wasn't available. Blanca wasn't available. So the virgins, last year, you debated last year, Darrell?
That's right, yep.
Yeah. What did you learn from last year?
It's less about the substance and more about the delivery.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
Substance light.
Okay. They asked me before we came on stage, should we be in a particular order? And I said, no, it's a debate. You put your really, really good person right in the middle. Okay? So, before... Okay, clearly no debaters in the room. Let's get going. Tim, are you with us?
Hello everybody, Tim Hughes back on the WiT stage, back to debate. This time I'm arguing for the case that AI will make us less human, and my short argument is this. AI will make us less human because this technology will suck and we will throw our hands up in the air and simply give up. We will see the next revolutionary technology be so underwhelmed and just go, I'm out. Let me explain. First off, I'm not the real Tim Hughes. The real Tim Hughes is really sick, can't get out of bed because he's got COVID. I'm a prototype NFT. I'm a non-fungible Tim. I'm an AI replicant version of Tim. If you like what you see, by the way, you can buy your own Tim NFT. The auction is starting at $29.99. It includes Agoda VIP membership, a recipe book for the perfect cocktails to provide the crypto bro. It's a short book, beer on one page, tequila on the other, and an original copy of artwork by my dog. To copy Tim, to create the non-fungible Tim, I had to study everything written about him on the internet. I had to scour LinkedIn, Facebook, web and travel, collect all the written works on Tim and the internet. And from this I learned 3 things. He's old enough to have had a 20th century job. Secondly, his grandmother's very disappointed because in that 20th century job he used to be a lawyer and now he's a travel agent. And his debate partners are doomed because Tim has a 100% failure-lose record during the WiT debate. So that's it. You don't get a smarter, you don't get a younger, you don't get a slimmer Tim. The NFT Tim is the same person, just with even less chance of winning the WiT debate. Secondly, we keep being told that this technology is going to be incredible, revolutionary, world-changing. The era of the large language model, of the thinking computer, that we've entered the most advanced stage of human history. But after 23 years living and working in an office environment, working for technology companies, I have a wish list for modern technology that none of this is going to solve. Here's my wish list for technology. When I press the on button on my computer or my phone, I want my computer or phone to turn on. That's it. That's all I want. I press that on button once and the phone turns on. No Samsung wait screen. No, you didn't press it hard enough. No disconnect. I want it on. Secondly, when I press the print button, I want it to print a page. In fact, I want more. I want a positive running commentary on what's going on. When I press the print button, I want my phone to say the following. Yes, sir, I am connected to the network. Yes, sir, no worries, I am online. Yes, sir, I have ink, and yes, sir, I have paper, and here is your page. None of which happens today. I have a long list of these technological advancements that I want. I want stable Wi-Fi, accurate map directions, and I want a way to finally, once and for all, get Uncle Gary's posts out of my Facebook feed. Put it all together and travel. And the era looks like some underwhelming product set where I get trapped in a TikTok maze of influencers walking up and down steps in Venice. I get the non-fungible Tim combined with the basic glitches in tech, leaving me to raise my hands in the air and say, humanity, I'm out. I'm too sick for all this. I'm completely fungible. My dear friends, I wish I could see you there, but my chest, I won't allow it. I'll see you next year. All the best. Love you.
Okay.
Louise, what did I tell you?
I think non-fungible Tim had almost like a non-frictionless transmission.
Well,
I don't think it was quite on time, right?
didn't I tell you substance light?
Yeah, but that's Tim. Okay, that's Tim, always. Darrell?
Yes.
You're number one.
Thank you.
Actually, you're number two.
Well,
But act like you're number one.
all right, I will.
Okay.
And the irony is not lost on me that I am actually arguing against an NFT when he's the one that is arguing against technology, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, today I will be trying to dispel the misinformation by this team over here. They're trying to sow seeds of fear, trying to tell you that Terminator is going to take over. So let's call them Team Terminator. Team Terminator there is trying to make you mistrust technology. And I will show you in 3 points why that is absolutely and utterly spurious and vexatious. Geez, that escalated quick.
Big words.
All right. Number one, AI is just a tool. When we speak about AI, we often equate it to machines, automations, things that just help you in your day-to-day. And we've heard from the past panels over the last 3 days that really what they want is to get rid of all the mundane stuff, the stuff that you really hate, the repetitive, boring drudgery that is killing you and weighing down your humanity. Is AI going to help you change your expense report, and is that going to take away your humanity? Really? No. Today, more than ever before, we are made to do more with less. And if you think about our history, think about the printing press, think about the advent of the electricity when it was widespread, that didn't make us less human. It made our lives better, and it transformed it all for the better. And likewise, AI is not going to take away our humanity, but it's going to enhance our abilities, going to augment our strengths, and going to find solutions for our weakness. And it's just a tool like anything else. It's an extension of our hands, our legs, our minds, and even our soul, and not a substitute. Just as we have adapted in the past to technological advancements, we will do the same. We will merge the power of AI, the power of computing, with the complexities of our human intellect and soul for the betterment of lives and society. Number two, AI will elevate hospitality. You've heard before on the panel, Doris from Como saying that she wants tech-enabled hospitality. Carrie from Arcor said that she wants to get rid of repetitive tasks so that human beings, not AI, can be the ones to provide hospitality. Siu Hoon doesn't even want to deal with human beings, and AI can help with that. So it is clear that AI does not replace humanity. In fact, it puts humanity at the very center and elevates hospitality. And as an homage to Siu Hoon, I will sum this point up in a haiku written by AI. In AI's ascent, hospitality's embrace, human hearts remain. And that leads me to my third point. AI enables humanity. My final point is this. The prep of all this stuff I just said was actually done by ChatGPT in about 5 minutes. And what did that allow me to do? It allowed me to spend time with my kids. And that does not make me a lesser human being. It makes me a better father. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Darrell. Darrell actually mentioned Siu Hoon, he mentioned Kerry Healy, and he mentioned Doris.
Who?
All females. Just to bring a few more on stage, because you don't have any, right? You don't have any.
We did.
CC, are you up next?
Yeah.
Who are you representing? No, who are you replacing?
My name is Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, take it away.
Okay, so I'm not going to be an NFT or AI here. I'm going to be very emotional here. I'm like Tim. 100% losing record. So please be a change maker and vote for us for once. We don't want to maintain the 100% record. So we talk about extension of arm, extension of things, right? But when we can use machines to replace our body, then our body are just merely feats of engineering. If you can't see very well with your eyes because you're cataract, don't worry, we can upgrade your eyes with Apple Eyeball 3.0, where you can spy on the girl sitting at a balcony 5 kilometers away. How about your arms? No strength? No problem. How about a bionic arm? How about using Team Terminator arm that gives you a gun or the sword at the end where your fingers are supposed to be? Or since we are at it, might as well throw in a pair of legs. Then you don't need Uber anymore. Just run to any place that you want to be, right? So now the question is, are we humans or are we machines? I guess we are still humans because we have our brains. But wait. We can upgrade that brain too because we have AI. Just plant that chip in your head. You can learn all the languages that you want. You can have all the creativity that you need. So, in fact, you don't even need to think because the AI chip will think for you. So, if we look at our original brain, what are we? It's just an operating system up here. We take in the information and we throw out empathy, we throw out feelings, we throw out actions, right? So with AI chip, we just upgraded your operating system. How bad can it be, right? If you want to be a happy person, happy thoughts. If you want to be a sad person, sad thought. Or maybe like ChatGPT, can I be a fun tone person if I choose to be? So the question is, are we now humans or are we now machines, right? How can we lay claims that we have original thoughts when we outsource all our processing to ChatGPT, where machines are thinking for us, machines are giving us the answers, machines are doing the work for us, and we are claiming credit for it, just like some of us here that use ChatGPT to submit haiku and claim all the work to be theirs. But in all fairness, claiming work that is not done by you, that is probably pretty human. If you don't believe it, look at the colleague sitting next beside you. That's human, isn't it? That's all.
Good job. Well done.
Thank you, CC. Michael, come on along.
Thank you.
First time.
First time.
You nervous?
Yeah, super.
Oh, good.
You know why?
Okay. Why?
Because Sehun said, make it funny, and I'm not a funny person.
Oh.
So I'm nervous.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Round of applause for Michael. Have fun.
Thank you. All right, well, here we are. I think it's supremely ironic. We're at an event that celebrates the intersection of technology and travel. And here I am sharing the stage with some Luddites, apparently, who are perhaps afraid of a new and emergent technology. And that's in the world where we don't even know really how this technology, what it can truly deliver for us today. But I do sympathize. CC kind of pointed out, I think, about the human connection and are we replacing humans? But, we're not talking about electronic cars or drones. It is true that we feel discomfort with AI because it strikes at something maybe that is uniquely human, or that we think is uniquely human, which is cognition. And our humanity is kind of wrapped up around their ability to think abstractly or feel deeply, right? Or be creative. And we're afraid that with AI we will lose our agency and that we will drown in homogeneity. And yet, we're happy to use these tools to go online and talk to a chatbot, book flights and hotels, get personalized recommendations, and it makes our lives better. All that because of technology tools that purport to reduce our humanity. So why is that relevant to today's debate? Because to be human is also to use tools, as my colleague here, Darrell, said. And we use tools to achieve things that we could have never achieved on our own. And AI, by the way, is not the first time that we have an example of a technology that actually augments or overlaps with human cognition. And I want to share a couple of examples that in their day were also viewed with suspicion. Maybe in that day, they were also viewed as monsters. One of those examples is writing. You may be surprised. Writing goes back 5,000 years. But you know, writing originally was a technology that essentially functioned as an external storage device for our brains. And you might be surprised that even Plato, in his day, thought that writing was a problem because it could reduce our ability to memorize. And maybe he was right, because I can't even memorize the 3-minute speech, apparently. But that said, the collaboration of humans and writing also birthed great literature and holy scripture. It also created a lot of crappy literature, crappy fiction. But, you know, I think a speaker said it yesterday, said that that's the story of humanity. We're both great and stupid. Now, what about computers? I'll share a more recent example. And this is the great race to the moon, which still inspires us today, right? And congratulations to India, by the way, for that achievement. NASA used to employ hundreds of human computers, calculators really, in the early days of the space program to double-check the numbers because the astronauts didn't trust the machines. But ultimately, it was that collaboration between human and computer that got us to the moon. So, does AI make us less human? I would say no. AI can be our partner. They can, not our competitor really, in trying to create newness for us. The collaboration of human and AI will deliver towering new achievements for humanity.
Went and bought a pair of goggles. I can see you much better. Who's next? Oh my God, he's here. He's here. You will have debated almost every debate, I think, since the beginning of time.
All except two.
All except two. You were here last year?
Nope.
Yeah, you were.
No,
you were. Soo-Hoon, show him. He was here last year. Right? Yeah. You were here last year. Okay. Soo-Hoon had your face on a little paddle pop stick, yes. Okay. You ready?
I'm not sure they are.
Take it away.
Okay, I actually confess that I'm not a big fan of humans. I prefer dogs. As our opponents are showing, humans are way too flawed. I'm currently living in the UK, which is living proof that a few sinister people can manipulate, using AI, social media feeds to get enough people to vote for a national act of self-harm and then vote in what must be the most incompetent government in any Western democracy in history. So in some ways, when people ask if I'm worried about artificial intelligence taking over, I say I'd be happy for any intelligence to take over. Even an artificially intelligent Oreo. That would be one smart cookie. Sorry. Of course, I tried to write this using ChatGPT, whatever it is, with like these guys. The serious answers it gave me were kind of, okay. But the humor, when I asked it to do a funny one, it wasn't funny. And then when I asked it to do an abusive one, it wouldn't. Where's the fun in that? And frankly, that surprised me, because one of the key problems is that AI is not being built on a diet of the accumulated human wisdom contained in, say, the National Library of Congress, but instead more on the accumulated bile and drivel contained on 4chan and other social media sites. That diet is flawed, and it's failing us. And believe me, I know all about failed diets. So the base model feeding AI is flawed, and like any model, it's garbage in, garbage out. It's generating the polar opposite of intelligence. I remember when my 6-year-old, then 6-year-old son, who somehow seems to have sneaked in here, so much for your security, Soo-Hoon. First time I haven't seen him wearing a hat in 5 years. He came home from school one day and proudly announced, "Hey, Dad, I know the R word." The R word? Is there an R word? He said, yes. R-S, arse. Well, it turns out he was quite prophetic, because, of course, the opposite of artificial intelligence is real stupidity, RS. And arse is exactly what our opponents have been talking out of. My friends, today you may think that publicly available AI tools are benign, but watch out. Once the authoritarians that control the levers of tomorrow's RS take power, it won't be ChatGPT you're interacting with, it'll be ChatKGB. And if your new masters don't like what you're doing online, you'll be exiled to Siberia. And then you really are going to feel real stupid. So less human, absolutely. Less humane, without a doubt. But today here, you can do your bit to stop its inexorable trampling of the human condition. Support the humans, vote for the motion. Thank you.
We love team. You love
Well
my
done,
team.
Martin. So, Sarah.
Hi. I'm nervous, but not for the reasons that you think of.
No, very, very good, because, in debating,
Yeah.
the last person is the strongest one.
You just said that the middle person was the
That was lying.
strongest.
That's,
Sorry, Michael.
it's not true. I had to make everyone feel good. I had to make everyone feel
I see.
good, right?
Except the first person.
Except that, well, they don't really count. But, Sarah was so sweet. She sent me her debate notes. Like homework, right? But
Suhoon was chasing me for a couple of things. So.
I'm not going to mark it, right? Like I'm not paid enough to do that. Okay. Enjoy yourself.
Will do.
Best is last.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Before I start, can I check if Ethan from Klook is in the room? Okay. Very good. Not going to get fired. Ladies and gentlemen, today I begin not with an abstract example like what the other team has been elaborating on today. I begin with a very near and dear example related to my career and future at Klook, at potential great cost and sacrifice. During my mid-year review, my CEO and boss, Ethan, started the meeting by very proudly declaring he wrote his feedback for me using ChatGPT. That feedback session was the single most human conversation we've had all year. I feel like I can end this debate now. Now, the disclaimer that I was forced to put in was that ChatGPT was used to write the summary of my review. Ethan had input 360 feedback from colleagues alongside his own observations to string together a fairly impressive and coherent summary. And that says a lot for Ethan because English is not his first language. I use this example as the crux of what I am about to explain. AI allows us to focus on what is important. It is an enabler and something that helps you to leverage time. In this case, getting rid of the hassle of doing things like putting points into paragraphs and allowing us to have time to actually discuss and expound on the feedback. This was particularly true because in the case of the year before, Ethan had no time to write my review. Getting one this year was already 100% year-on-year improvement. So thank you very much, AI. And in the case of this review, and in numerous cases of how many in the travel industry have applied AI, we can see a very clear pattern. AI helps us get to the conclusions that matter faster. AI is built into recommendation engines to help discover what we like, customer service chats to discover the answers that we seek, and itinerary planners to maximize the time we have to travel and experience more. To quote Lin Yutang, a Chinese philosopher, besides the noble art of getting things done, there is the noble art of leaving things undone. The wisdom of life consists in the elimination of non-essentials. I'm not saying that my review is non-essential, but the basis of today's debate is whether AI will replace humanity, but if it will make us more human. I define this as having more time for humanity. Fundamentally, AI creates space for more play, more thought, in a world where, on average in Singapore, we already spend 45 hours a week, 9 hours a day at work. By leveraging AI to leave redundant tasks to the bots, by eliminating the non-essentials, we, the humans, will arguably have more time to create, to focus, and today, debate. The question I have for everyone here today is, what will you rather focus on? To live or to get caught in the grind of mundane tasks? I know what my answer is. I want better reviews. Thank you.
Well done. Okay, so first of all, can we please put a big round of applause for Cece, Martin, Tim, and Darrell, and Michael, and Sarah. A lot of work goes into preparing the debates. I'm exhausted, but really it's not that easy to get up and argue in front of everyone. Do we still have the traditional clapper-meter? Yeah, the human thing. Somebody might be able to artificially make it sound louder for one team or the other. I'm not sure. But put your hands together very gently very respectfully. for the 4 team, which is Timothy, Cece and Martin.
Hooray! Hooray!
Okay, now keep it going and ramp it up a notch for the against team.
This is why you need to buy a table at WiT.
Henry, who was louder? Henry? Stage to Henry. Henry?
I think it's a draw.
Should we do it again? Okay, it's vote. The 4 is louder.
Yes.
That one is, that's 4. That's the 4. Okay, congratulations.
We broke the record.
I think you were longer, not louder.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Well done, guys.
Thank you.